Hi there. I'm keeping this very short and focused to get the point across. Now that House of the Dragon Season 2 has dropped its pair of spring teaser trailers, I'm working on a large video giving a full episode-by-episode outline of the entire season, based on filming reports we can confirm, not my personal wish lists of what I want to be true. So this is based on cross-referencing all of the filming leaks, set reports, casting news, and spy photos we got on the scale of 12 months, when they were filming throughout 2023. Guys, most of this information was available to the public. All I did was keep close track of it and cross-reference it. And it's not just me, the hardcore spy channels pretty much agree with the same outline. Redanian Intelligence, Wake the Dragon, House of the Dragon, these are reliable reporters. We all figured out this outline by September. While it's nice to have these teaser trailers coming out, they didn't fundamentally alter anything. We figured this out by the time filming was wrapping up. The one surprise was when we got that leak in October from the makeup department confirming that we would see the White Walkers on screen again, which was really big news, but we had seen that Jace would be visiting the Wall from spy drone footage, which was publicly reported on long before that. So in broad strokes, we pretty much knew that already. Nothing really changed, and I was wondering, I held off on this because I was busy, and also because maybe the teaser trailers would report something shocking, and they didn't. So now I'm at work on this. It'll be a huge video. It'll give an episode-by-episode outline. So this is the short advanced preview of that. But I'm going to skip ahead to the question everyone asks, what's the stopping point for this season? Because it's not like adapting A Song of Ice and Fire where you knew they're going to do one book per season initially. What exactly are the chapter breaks they're using? Well, remember, when they got a season extension after Season 1, we could tell from public reports that they are slowing down the rate of adaptation. This is a good thing. They are not rushing it. And people insisting certain characters will be in Season 2 or certain events, they're not. We know Daeron and Nettles aren't showing up until Season 3. We know they said a huge naval battle was moved to Season 3, the Battle of the Gullet. Various other things are not happening, and that's good. They're taking the time to do it right and round out the characters. And I haven't kept this private. I have been saying this publicly on forums and stuff, just not in video yet. Yeah, we know what the endpoint of Season 2 is. I mean, I even shared it with Red Team Review and Preston Jacobs, who prominently repeated it on their podcast if we have a decent idea of what's going on. We don't just theorize, we have confirmed what the endpoint is going to be for one set of subplots, not necessarily for all of them, but they're all tied together. Without further ado, the end point of Season 2 will be the Battle of the Red Fork, when the main Lannister army, not just the Lannisters, but all their bannermen, the combined armies of the Westerlands, force a crossing of the Red Fork of the Trident, thus beginning their main campaign into the Riverlands. That everything in Season 2 is the opening battles, the opening moves. The large-scale campaigns and army movements are really in Season 3. How do we know this? We had very clear spy footage of the Lannister army marching up to the Golden Tooth, which is the easternmost castle guarding the pass towards the Riverlands. It's held by House Lefford, and the spy photos clearly showed House Lefford knights riding up with their banners. We even had audio of people shouting, "And now the Leffords come!" So we knew this for a long time. It was publicly reported on by, like, winteriscoming.net and other channels. We know that happens in Season 2. All we did then was cross-reference with casting information that later came out that Lord Lefford only appears in episodes 6 and 8, out of an 8-episode season. Narrows it down. So we will see from other information, we'll see them arriving at Golden Tooth in episode 6, then we'll see them forcing the crossing of the Red Fork in episode 8, the finale. So this is confirmed. The action element of the finale will be the Battle of Red Fork. However, this battle doesn't involve any of the main characters. It would involve Blackwoods and Riverlords and Lannister characters. It wouldn't involve Rhaenyra, Daemon, Alicent, or Aegon. So it's a little less clear what they would come up with as their big climax. I don't 100% know what they're doing. There have been rumors that there would be a face-to-face meeting between Rhaenyra and Alicent again. And to keep this short, my functional theory is that they're moving some scenes around, that there's a point later in the book when there's an attempt at peace negotiations again that Alicent suggests, why don't we just split Westeros between the Blacks and the Greens, and Rhaenyra refuses. So my suspicion is that the writers want some good face-to-face drama scenes between them, and that'll take place there. We did, however, get another reliable leak that you see in the new teaser that Rhaenyra flies to Harrenhal in Episode 8. We know that, but we also know that she has some meeting with Alicent in the East at some point, in Dragonstone, I think, for a peace negotiation. So while they're on the verge of, we're going to try to attack King's Landing, that is not happening. That wouldn't happen before the Battle of the Gullet, the big naval battle. Or, if nothing else, if you were actually following the filming news on a daily basis, we would have seen footage of extras acting as if the city was under attack, and we didn't. You can't hide something like that. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting that. It might be starting when that happens, but I doubt it, particularly because Nettles hasn't been introduced yet. So I think there might be a peace summit for those characters. That I view this as a story of the war. I don't view this as the story of Rhaenyra and Alicent. It's a story's bigger than any one character, because they're expanding out as an ensemble. But if you are familiar with the source material, the Battle of Red Fork is actually really early. This is nowhere near. We're not getting the Battle of the Honey Wine. We're not getting the Battle of the Gullet. All that other stuff, they pushed that off to Season 3 when they split the season in half. That Act 2 was originally 10 episodes. They increased to 16, then split it in half. So now 2A is 2 and 2B is Season 3, 2 batches of 8. We know this from filming reports, so I'm working on a longer episode-by-episode thing, but the real action element of the finale will be the Battle of Red Fork, and they said there's basically 2 giant scenes in it, Battle of Rook's Rest and the food riots. If something else on that scale was happening, we would have heard of it. We know what the end point of Season 2 is, don't listen to clickbaiters. And please stick around for my detailed episode-by-episode outline.